shake it. Na na na, shake it, na 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 na, shake it. And we're live here on YouTube. It's 7:30 past the ish, on to 8ish, because we're the Source Wall, but we're still the ish because we've got ish to tell you about. Hi everybody, thank you for waiting.
Hey guys,
Hey everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Big things are going.
Yes.
Wagwan. Yes. Hi, Sean, Robert, and Keith. There we are.
Soccer are messing about. Sounds like soccer is for an attention.
We're not. Yeah.
Yeah. How is everyone? I don't know what that was about.
We ain't gonna mess about today because we know we're running late.
Yeah.
we're good.
We're so late. We're 3 weeks late. Yeah. Sorry that we've been away for 3 weeks. We've been busy with life and stuff.
See what you guys don't understand is that this doesn't pay our bills.
On Insta. It doesn't, unfortunately, but it will soon. And you saw our lovely Comic-Con stuff on Insta and Facebook and Twitter, hopefully. So yeah, that kind of kept you for a little while. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And if we're not here, you can always catch us on YouTube anyway. Listen back to our old episodes. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes. And yeah, if you miss us that much, you can grab a t-shirt at our Teespring shop.
Teesprings, yeah.
Teespring. Yeah, it's been a while.
20% off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it has been a while. So what has been happening in that while?
Tell us what you've got to review, Isha.
Oh yes. Okay. So went to Comic-Con, had way too much fun.
Comic-Con was
usual, and picked up this beauty.
Nice.
It was good. Picked up this beauty, Drugs and War by Mary Safro and Io Black. This issue 1. The year is 1995 and everything's gone wrong, especially for Dan. This is Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Dan is a recovering... Hi, Dan. Dan is a recovering drug/VR junkie. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. So he's more or less, he's got VR in his head and every now and then he patches up to the worldwide and has a little gander. Basically, he was a banging hacker back in the day. He used to do hardcore internet drills, all of that good stuff. And then,
God, I thought you were going to say
no, that's a different comic. We'll get to that. But yeah, he used to do really good work. And then obviously, you know how people use and abuse you. And then he fell off. And then he got hooked on some nice drugs psychedelic drugs to kind of help him cope with the downfall and the loss of people and yada, yada, yada. But yeah, it's really good. So it's just showing his story of where he is now. He's in a rubbish job. He keeps having really weird images of a girl or a woman that he loved and all that stuff. And he's just kind of on a little journey to find out what's going on with him and everything around him, because he's been kind of getting messages. He's been put on a kind of like a burn list. So everybody on this list is kind of dying. And Dan's like, why am I on this list? And what do people want with me? But yeah, I love you know me, I like pretty colours and sounds.
It's pretty dope.
It is very dope. It's really, really good. It's really eerie, creepy. Yeah, and because it's set in 1995, like the mentions of like floppy disks and old school computer tech is really, really like a nice nostalgic moment kind of thing. Yeah. But then him as a character is it's a nice story where someone isn't like when you have like a quintessential hero and they're like, I don't want this power. This is not him. He's like, I used to have this power. Now I just want to take drugs. Leave me alone. Like, you know, he's just like, he's kind of like the complete opposite of it. But yeah, he got clean in it, and we just kind of see what's going to happen now, because there was a nice little twist at the end where he found someone who he thought was gone. Dun, dun, dun. So it's really, really good. And I'm very happy I got to pick this up. Miss Mary Saffro, thank you so much for this. It's really, really good. If you get a chance, pick up Drugs and War Down in a Hole. It is a very good read. That is my review.
I would just like to say, it's only drugs if it's man-made.
Yes. Yeah, yes, it is. Not all drugs are bad for you.
If it grows from the earth, it's just vegetables.
It's just vegetables. Okay.
Just vegetable. Yes.
It's just
no, Dan's taking definitely man-made drugs. Yes.
Yeah. I don't actually have a review. I probably should have spoke about this before you was talking about that comic, because you actually got it from Comic-Con, and I was just going to talk a bit about Comic-Con. Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, there wasn't much to say. Comic-Con was pretty sick. Met some people there.
It was.
And
stuff.
Got some good stuff.
I got this T-shirt.
Nice.
It's a good
Is that The Simpsons? Yeah.
Yes, The Simpsons as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's very good. It's on Thumbs One if you get a chance to actually check them out. They're really good. Sorry, as you were saying. Yes, it was fun. It was very good.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
I have to say, I don't like that T-shirt, and not because it's a bad T-shirt. It's not because it's a bad T-shirt. It's a cool T-shirt. I just don't like what they did with Lisa. Lisa would not be Leonardo. She wouldn't even be Donatello, Raphael.
Let me see Lisa on that again.
Do you know who she would be? Do you want to know who she would be? She'd be Irma.
She'd be
Irma.
Oh, true.
Yeah, April's friend. There's no way she's gonna be. No.
Hey, Isha, you gotta put that on our Instagram, so people can see it.
I will.
Nice.
I will.
Look at her, just her miserable face as Leo. I don't like it.
No, but even though you didn't get any T-shirts, you got a hell of a lot of figurines. I saw back.
Yeah, there was.
Like, stole some shit.
Yeah, no, I went to one booth. I can't remember what name it was, and they just had figures for like £5. So yeah, I took advantage of that.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like £5 and £10. So yeah, I bought a few Marvel Legends. Other than that, yeah, it was pretty good as usual.
Yeah, it was nice. It was just good. I
didn't mean to sneak out there.
Are you right there?
I'm back.
You didn't exactly sneak out.
I was like, I was like, should I address this or am I just?
It's because I haven't read any comics for a while, and I don't have any reviews. But I thought I would do something different when Rich is done.
That's fine.
Oh, go ahead. I'm pretty much done.
Well. I got some new figures.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
They please me so much. They filled that tiny, well, it's a huge void that can never be filled no matter how much I fill it with figures, because I always need more figures. Yeah. Look at the figures.
If you saw Outlaw Red Hood's Insta page and his story, you just saw him standing in front of tons and mounds of figures.
That actually,
which ones have you gotten?
That actually wasn't me. That was my stepdad. He was in Canada asking me what I want.
Oh wow, nice.
Ooh,
so anyway, but recently I was able to complete. I don't know, wrong figure. My Apocalypse. Took me so long to finish Apocalypse, but I've given him Thanos' face and the Infinity Gauntlet. Look at that. You want to see what I did with Thanos? He's got.
Nice.
What did you do with my Thanos?
He's got Apocalypse's left arm and Apocalypse's face. Look at that. Dope. And recently that came. To finish my Apocalypse, I recently purchased Psylocke from the Apocalypse Wave. Look at that.
Oh, sweet.
I haven't taken her out of the box yet. She's currently NRFB.
Nice.
NRFB currently.
Nice.
And also to help me complete, which I ordered months ago. So I ordered Gambit. Look at
For people who don't know what that means.
What?
Nice. Yeah, I just got that as well.
No, sorry, NRFB means never removed from box.
There we go. So just in case anybody's watching, they're like, what does that mean? Like,
what is that? What? Never what?
Never removed from box. NRFB. Didn't you ever watch Dexter's Lab?
Yeah.
No, I didn't actually.
You didn't watch Dexter's Lab?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God! What kind of life were you living?
I was living a life of the old school X-Men and.
I hope you were having sex. True. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think about that time I probably was.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I was a bit younger. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I got Gambit. I pre-ordered this months ago, and I pre-ordered it with. And I purchased it with. No, I haven't got Jubilee yet.
I need to get Jubilee.
I want to get Jubilee, but I ordered Gambit, but I stupidly purchased Gambit alongside Magneto so I can finish my Apocalypse wave. Look, there's Magneto. Look at him. And I had to wait until Gambit was released just to get Magneto, who was already out. What kind of nonsense is that?
You gotta read the small print. It says if you got something on pre-order, you can't order something that's in stock. Otherwise, you have to wait.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm just ordering. I thought it was like Amazon. You know, you buy one thing.
No.
Kapow Toys. I'm talking to you, Kapow Toys. And whoever emailed me back, I didn't quite like your tone. All right. Well, it's cool. It felt like, no disrespect to women, but I do this a lot. Anyway, it felt like
you lucky you got a girl, who loves you.
I can say this. She loved me. Anyway, it was like just some not a bitter woman, like she'd been on the laptop all day. She had like the secretary. She's pissed off.
Did she call you or did she email you?
It was an email, but it was just very like, well, if you read the fine print, you would know that such and such. So there, and I was like, damn, all right. I'm just asking. I didn't know. I did.
There you go.
Where if it was a guy, I'd be like, oh, sorry about that, mate. Yeah, we did say in the fine print that you're a dickhead, but it's okay. We'll
you never know. It could have been a guy who's having a pissy moment. Yeah. You never know. So there we go.
Exactly.
Sorry, woman behind the counter. We appreciate you. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no. Whatever. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So those are the figures that I bought. Haven't read any comics. I'm really loving what I did with this Apocalypse. Look at that. Look at the Infinity Gauntlet. Look at
that. That's funny.
I'll tell you what. That looks better.
Fox.
I was
going. It's a great one thing. No, go on, do it. Say it, Rich.
Well, I was gonna say it looks better than what Dark Phoenix did. Like.
Oh, have you seen it?
No, I ain't seen it. And,
no.
I don't think I'm gonna. I sent you guys a message in the group chat.
I'm so proud of him.
Wait, what did you?
I'm so proud of him right now.
I said I've been busy, so I couldn't watch it. But I said if I was gonna go and watch that film, it would have to be like one of those £5 cinemas that's dreadful.
Oh no, you did say that.
And it's I can't waste my money on that to be honest.
Imagine,
and I'm not in no rush to watch it.
Imagine Apocalypse who actually looks like this in the MCU, and he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Don't notice that. I'll just do it myself.
Oh my god,
we got that with Thanos already.
No, but then Apocalypse does it. It's Apocalypse.
No, you don't
and he looks like Apocalypse. No,
only one who can do this. It's only one who can do this.
I am as far. This is what he would say. Do you know what Apocalypse would say about Thanos? He'll be like, I am as far beyond Thanos as Thanos is beyond you.
No, he wouldn't even use the gauntlet.
Exactly. He just has it because he's like that. He's like, you know what? I've got this. Oh, I could use it, but I'm not going to because I'm Apocalypse.
Yeah, he'd probably give it to the Fourth Horseman and just like pee off somewhere else. He'd be like, once you got finish having fun, just call me and let me know.
I'm having way too much fun with this. We can move on. I'm having way too much. I can talk about these all day.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big sentiment about Apocalypse. So anyway, Dark Phoenix. I've not seen that film, and let me just mute him for a second.
Mute the 5-year-old right now having way too much fun. Yeah, I haven't seen that film either, and I am not going to. I have heard reviews, and I knew I knew from the reviews it was going to be trash. I can already piece together the trashness of the trash, where they didn't recycle anything, but they just picked up random pieces of trash and made the film.
And just made the film. It seemed like it's. It just seemed. I don't know. It just seemed like they've just didn't put no effort in it. Honestly,
none. It's almost like the people from Game of Thrones just was like, let's just finish off Dark Phoenix. Let's just do that. We fucked up this. Let's just do that. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like, I saw a review, so I'm going to have a rant. I saw a review from Agents of Screen. Big up Agents of Screen, by the way. And they were saying how...
I am trying to unmute Kara, but I'm having difficulties there. Go on, carry on.
Technical difficulties. But they were like, oh, so story is that she goes up to space. Yeah. Obviously, they go up there and then they have to save some people. And that's when she gets the Phoenix Force, if I'm not mistaken. But as I was saying to you, like a couple of minutes ago before the podcast, is that when she was fighting the Power Ranger in the last film, she already had the Phoenix Force.
Exactly. She already had it. So why? I don't understand what the whole thing is. It's like, why?
So we're having slight technical difficulties because Kieran is still muted. See what happens when you switch Thanos and Apocalypse's head? This is what happens. Don't do it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so apparently she's got double Phoenix Force because obviously, you know, just consistency isn't what, you know, Fox is known for. So she's had Phoenix Force in Apocalypse, aka Power Rangers movie, and then she went up to space and tried to save some people, and then got more Phoenix.
It doesn't make sense. Oh, like what happened in Apocalypse when she was like,
I don't. Yeah, exactly. There we go. And then what? Oh, there is. The symbol has gone.
Am I back? You're back.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what
you got to kind of hover over the button and not actually click.
Well, why was it muted on my side? Anyway, sorry. You were saying.
I missed you guys. And then I'm hearing, that there was a part in the so when they went to space, obviously something happened, and then they had to save somebody in space. And someone made a very good point that they could have just used Nightcrawler and Quicksilver to save the people in space.
Yeah.
And then someone was arguing, oh, but you know, they needed Jean to like hold everything back, and they could have like, but they could have used all three of them. Nightcrawler and Quicksilver could have got him. Nightcrawler could have obviously teleported them back, and Jean could have just, you know, stopped whatever was there, and then everybody comes back. Simple things. That's one consistency. How is Magneto trying to fight Jean? I don't understand. Go ahead.
What I don't like is it's always about Magneto and Charles. Yeah. Why is it always about those two?
Well, I mean, it's either that or they do a Wolverine movie.
Why? You don't need to do
No, I'm not saying that as in that's what they should do. I'm saying that's what they do. If it's not Wolverine, it's Charles and Magneto. Yeah. And for some reason, I don't know. Like from what I'm hearing about this movie, Nerdsync, not Nerdsync, whoever it was, it just seems really bad.
It's trash.
There are just like a lot of plot points that you were saying that just don't make sense. It seemed pretty random that all of a sudden they needed to go to space and then they could just go to space. These kids are all like, wait, we can do that, and then they do it. No one's got a shuttle license or you know.
They took do what they did in the cartoon
where they had actual astronauts on board with them.
Well, the astronauts were going to take off, but then Jean, she basically because they couldn't fly it, she took the memories of those guys and funded it in the X-Men. See, stuff like that.
Oh, see that? And that would be a great way.
You could have done that as well, but no.
I was going to say that would have been a great way to show Jean actually using her powers instead of it being like, hey, I can move things. That would have been great to show that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's not. That's all done now.
I really want to see that movie though. Like, I don't want to pay for it, but I want to see it.
Yeah. I think us three should go after we've had like a couple drinks and just go to like you said, go to a £5 cinema where it's discounted for £2 and go and just laugh at this film.
Yeah.
Just laugh. Like literally.
We'll be those kids in the cinema making up their noise.
Hell yeah.
You can't do that. That's not wrong. That's not powers.
Lies, I rebuke you. Yeah, all of that. I think we should do that. That'd be great. But anyway, next.
All right. So, what do we feel about? Because did we speak about this actually? I can't remember. It's been a while since we've been on. But since we have been since we've not been on, Robert Pattinson has been confirmed as Batman. And
okay.
Apparently, there's been a rumor. Apparently, there's been a rumor that Macaulay Culkin could be playing the Joker. I'm not sure how.
Okay.
Why do I like that?
Wait. That's what I was gonna say.
Why do I like that?
Macaulay Culkin as Joker, calm. Yeah. Calm, because he's a really good actor. Like, even you know what I mean. After, like, he's just a really good actor. Full stop. Robert Pattinson. I need to see. Like, I need to see more in it. Like, he's been a vampire for a bit too long. I ain't seen him in anything else.
Apparently, he has, but people haven't seen him in. He's been in a couple of other films that people say he's a.
Yeah, I'm hearing that he's like a really, really. He's apparently a really, really good actor in other movies besides Twilight that he's been in. Yeah. My thing is, I think I said to Rich last time we were on, Ish, I don't think you were on the show, but basically I was like, outraged. No, geek. I'm a geek. You're doing it wrong. You know how everyone is. But I didn't obviously say that online. I don't do that. I mean, except for this.
Except for this.
No.
Just want to give. Sorry to interrupt. Just want to give Bloods or Us a shout out in the chat.
Bloods!
Oh, what up, Bloods?
What up, Bloods?
What up, Bloods?
Yeah, if you guys want to chat to us, we're on chat. So if you catch us live, come online and chat to us while we're doing this. Go ahead.
We'll talk back, man. Go on,
Basically, once it marinated with me, I just thought, you know what, we've had Heath Ledger as the Joker. We weren't about that. We've had Ben Affleck. He did a decent job the first time he played Batman. We've had some pleasant surprises. And the way I put it is that what's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, him. He has he will probably be a more seasoned actor by the time he's filming to be Batman. And obviously, I've heard that he's actually gone into training to obviously bulk up a bit. You just got to give him the benefit of the doubt. So you can't put it on. Which, to be honest, we shouldn't do this with any actor. We shouldn't look at their crappy role and think, they can't do it.
To be fair, we have done it to all the Batman actors. I mean, some of them has been crap, like George Clooney and
Val Kilmer.
People like Val Kilmer. I need to watch that again.
I did like it.
I need to watch that again.
Really?
Apparently, I'm a kid, so I'm just going by everything Schumacher was crap. But apparently, Val Kilmer was good, so I need to go back and watch that and be like, was he good?
Yeah, I do.
Better than Clooney,
I remember. He was pretty sick at the time. People thought that what's his name? Why am I forgetting?
Christian Bale.
No, well, Christian Bale as well. He was all right. He wasn't too bad. But the first Batman, why am I forgetting his name? My memory's gonna get. Michael Keaton.
He's dope.
Yeah, he was a Batman.
He's dope in everything. He's just like he's just a great actor.
Great.
You know, whether he's playing Beetlejuice, Batman, Birdman. Who else does he play? The Vulture. Multiplicity or whatever that movie was. Michael Keaton's just sick, man.
So Nana from, I think it's Nana on the chat anyway. He's saying that he thinks we would like X-Men parts of it. Sorry, he says, I think you would like parts of it. They portray Charles as a villain. So I'm sure you would like that.
I mean, but as a villain, I mean, I need to see him as a villain. Because to be fair, he should have been the one to fight Jean because them two are on par. Yeah.
Well,
if Jean
she has more powers than he does.
Yeah, but if Jean had to like calm down Professor Xavier because he went a bit not teetotal, but he went like, you know what I mean, subnuclear.
Isn't that when you go sober?
Dark Phoenix. Yeah, that's what I meant, not that. But,
oh my God, like, Charles is sober.
I mean, subnuclear. Yeah, he went
apparently he's been
subnuclear.
drinking a lot in this film as well.
He's what?
Apparently he's drinking a lot in this film.
Yeah, I've heard that. Apparently he's always got like some sort of brown liquid with him.
Oh my God, no! Look,
Charles be drinking.
In there, I was on that Henny, but anyway.
Charles be drinking.
No, but getting back to the Robert Pattinson thing, I was gonna say, I just don't want it to be another reboot.
Yeah,
I would prefer if Robert Pattinson was moving into a Batman, like the younger
an established Batman. We don't need another. We don't need another origin story.
Yeah, like
I don't think it is.
Like the Jason movies. I'm like, how many have we had? Like too many, way too many. Like just move Batman on in it. Like either have him coming in where old Batman is there or whatever, and he's taken the mantle or whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
Or like you said, have a seasoned Batman where he's just in it, and
I don't think he's gonna be a seasoned. I think what they said they want to do is it's gonna be a Batman. It's going to be a Batman who's not fresh, but he's still learning his way. He's still, you know what I mean?
He's gonna have that detective side of him.
Yeah, apparently he's gonna be on his way to being the world's greatest detective, but he's still. I think he's been Batman for a bit, but he's still figuring things out. It's not like I've got this Batman. He's
I've been doing this for 20-year-old Batman.
He's going to be in his 30s, I think, like early 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be good. What do you guys think about Macaulay Culkin playing Joker then?
Right.
I think that would,
for some reason,
exciting.
Yeah.
I think that's exciting.
I think he could do that. His face, he's got that face as well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's just something different.
I think he's got the face. I think he's got the face. I think he could pull off maniacal real well. Especially, I've seen him as an adult now. Healthy him as an adult, and he could pull that off. He's got the build for it, like a slim. Put him in a purple suit, he'd look sick. Yeah. And the kid who basically tortured these two grown men as the Joker would be sick.
It'll be perfect. There we go.
Kevin
but how
grew
do
up.
You feel it? Yeah.
He went nuts. He went nuts. My parents just kept leaving me.
Oh my days.
I'm just going to destroy the city with laughter.
See, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. There we go. That's his origin story. He was.
It's one of his origin stories.
One of his origin stories. There we go.
All right, sweet.
Oh my day. Okay.
What's next?
So, Tom King. Apparently, he'll be co-writer. Oh, mate, why did you do that? Sick. Apparently, he's going to be co-writing New Gods movie with Duvernay.
Yes.
Also, he's leaving Batman after issue 85, and he was supposed to be doing 105 issues. And also, I think you might like this one.
Ooh.
Apparently, he's bringing back the Mask of Phantasm as well.
Yeah, I saw something about that today. Somebody said it. That's dope.
Yeah.
It'll be them introducing the Mask Phantasm to the comics, right?
I think he's been in a couple of comics already.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in. So Dana Downey, butchered that. Voiced him in 1993's Mask of Phantasm. Oh, I'm sure I wrote it down.
I wouldn't be a good friend or a good geek if I didn't just correct you real quick. You referred to the spoilers for those who haven't seen the movie, but it came out in the 90s. What were you doing? Unless you weren't born yet, do your research. Again, booyah. Anyways, so you referred to the Phantasm as he or him twice.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Andrea Beaumont was the Phantasm. And that's what made it sick. It was the sickest plot twist, one of the sickest plot twists I've ever seen. I was like, oh my God, it was her the whole time. So anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, she has actually been in a couple of comics before. I don't think I actually put it in the script, so I'm just trying to quickly find it if I can. But yeah, sorry, I can't find it. She was in the game, Easter egg in the Arkham games. Lego supervillains as well. Apparently, she was in Batman Beyond 2.0.
Okay.
What's that?
That was set after the animated series.
Oh, the episode, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah, I saw that. She was hired by Amanda Waller to kill Terry McGinnis's parents so that she could create the Batman of the future, but she backed down because she's not that kind of murderer.
See, this is why we call ourselves the Source Wall, because we archive stuff that we kept in here, in the cerebral cortex of the greatness of the brains is amazing. Doesn't matter if we butcher your name. We know what happened in the 90s.
Let me tell you something. I paid not enough attention in school. I was filling my brains up with comic book facts, Street Fighter characters' birthdays. All 151 original Pokemon. That's all I know.
Those were the important
things. Learning some rap lyrics. That's it.
Remember the days and remembering phone numbers.
Yeah, phone numbers. Yeah. I called my original phone number the other day. My first mobile phone number the other day. Segway, and someone has the audacity to have my number.
Oh,
yes,
serious?
they do. They recycle your numbers, people.
That's how I found out. This was like 3 weeks ago. I was.
Did you call them and be like? So I was just checking if like my number.
I might do that. I might do that next time.
Yeah.
Just ring and be like, "Can I have my number back, please?" Go ahead, sorry.
I should expose that number on this. I should expose it on this show, then people can go and call it because it was my number. I still got the SIM card.
Everyone
I don't know how.
Don't you? Remember, we're black people. They'll put us in jail. Okay.
So, Phantasm was in the first appearance in the comics was in Batman and Robin Adventures Annual 1. That was called Shadow of the Phantasm. That was in November 1996.
Damn.
Yeah.
10 years old, man.
Damn.
So yeah.
Long time ago.
And also Justice League Unlimited. That was actually in the TV series, and she was an elderly woman in that as well, which you just spoke about because she was hired by Amanda Waller. So, what about the him leaving Batman? I know you're probably happy because you haven't been reading it.
No, actually, I've said this before. I was reading his. I don't know why I don't collect Batman. I like to read Batman as like a bulk kind of thing. So I was reading. I've got like the first 3 to 4 volumes, and I collect so much stuff. But anyway, what I've read of his run on Batman has been really, really good. I think he's great at writing for Batman. So I think it's a bit of a shame that we're losing him.
Yeah, I think from what I heard, it's basically DC because at the moment they're doing like 2 issues per month. So I think what they're going to do is go back to the single issues. It's single issues per month, and so they're kind of changing up their workflow. So he's not, although he's coming off Batman, they are actually giving him that Batman and Catwoman comic, which has the cover of him, Batman and Catwoman with the mask of Phantasm in the background.
I wonder how they're going to do that, because obviously it's going to be retcon. To kind of fit her in, not even just like after the New 52, but kind of like in this kind of rebirth era. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering. I'm quite curious. I'm actually start collecting that. Yeah, I'm curious to know what they're going to do. That's dope, though. It's a shame he's leaving, but at least he gets to still write some Batman. So
yeah, of course. I've been enjoying it, man. I've been really enjoying it.
I've enjoyed what I've read. I've enjoyed what I've read.
And him co-writing New Gods with Ava DuVernay,
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
it'd be really good. Yeah.
Did you guys go on? So go on.
No, I was gonna say I watched A Wrinkle in Time because I was trying to watch that film for like the longest, and I was like, okay,
I've not seen that yet.
It's definitely not for us geeky people. It has like obviously the geek, like ethereal fantasy, like esque to it kind of thing.
Okay.
It's pretty foundation level, but it's a good starting point for what she is capable of, if that makes any sense. Like, it was consistent, and it had, like, there was a beginning, a middle, end. Like, there was no, you know what I mean, there's these three gods, they don't know what they're doing, da, da, da. You know what I mean? There was it was a story, you know, which is good. You know, it's very hard to find nowadays, having a story, you know. People be dropping just nuggets of with no sauce, you know what I mean? So it was nice to be like, you know, it was a good little kids film. So you know what I mean, I think for Ava Duvernay to have that and then work with someone who actually knows obviously hardcore story and hardcore, like, especially a specific character, they'll do really good work. So yeah, it should be fun.
He did he did Mr. Miracle recently, which was a short 12-issue run, which I would implore anybody listening right now, if you're into comics. If you're not, then I don't know why you're listening, but
we like you, but you know, just start reading comics.
So you try and read some comics. But if you are going to read a comic and this is going to be your first one, I'd definitely recommend Mr. Miracle. For me, I'm like I've said previously on this podcast, I'm more of a Marvel man. I wasn't that much into DC when I was younger, so I don't really know the lore or anything. But reading Mr. Miracle, it kind of got me involved in the like kind of new gods mythos, and, you know, get me into that character and those characters. And I think he did a great job with Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. So
I've got my volume of it. I haven't read it yet. It's a thick one,
mate. You need to read
this.
Yeah.
You need to get that down.
No, I'll get onto it. Real quick, I had to Google what A Wrinkle in Time was. I didn't know what you lot were talking about. And like,
yeah, it's a film with Oprah Winfrey and Waniam, the woman. She was in Legally Blonde, and then the other woman. That's it. Yeah. And then the other woman who, I don't know what she's been in.
Mindy,
she's been in some comedy.
Storm Reed.
Mindy, there we go. Yeah,
Chris Pine.
Good. Yeah, so it's basically about a young girl, who's got a brother. Her dad went missing like years ago, and everybody's saying that the dad just cheated and had an affair and went off. And the three women who I just spoke of, they're gods, so they live within the universe. And as they said, there has been a little wrinkle within time-space continuum because her father has been calling out for help, and as they can't help, they need his daughter to come and save him from the darkness. And then but it's really, really good. It's really, really good. Like, it's a nice, like I said, it's a good kids film. You know what I mean? We've got babies, let them watch it. It's really good. You know what I mean? And I was like I said, it's a good story.
Does anybody get punched in the face?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the
no, don't try and bait me up. Like,
no. The girl.
The cast was very good. Just the movie was just dead.
Yeah. Obviously, it's like, you know, it's not for us, innit? It's definitely not for us. Like, you put it on and you do your washing up. I mean, yeah, it's background.
Nah, man.
You watch it at Christmas.
But like, the kids. No, the kids kind of get effed up a bit. You know what I mean? The main girl, she gets kind of flung around a little bit, and you know, bless her, poor thing. You know what I mean?
Is it one of those like I know I say when you watch it with your grandma, but saying that, it's like when I was younger, you know, when you're a little kid and you watch films like this, and they're actually pretty interesting because they've got good visuals on it. But when you watch it, there's no story element to it. But
I mean, it's just it's kind of like that. It's like if Never Ending Story just was dead. That's kind of how it is. It's just like this is all right. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's not like, oh my god.
I think I'll watch Never Ending Story, not this movie though.
Yeah, I mean, Never Ending Story is amazing.
Ava's been doing really well anyway. Speaking of Blurs or Us, actually, I was listening to their podcasts. It's a trap. I was listening to their podcast on the way back from work, and Big T, I think it was. He was talking about the new Ava Duvernay's TV series about the Central Park 5.
Yeah. I can't watch that. I can't. It's too much. It's too.
Yeah,
it's too sad.
I haven't sat down to watch that yet either.
No, it's too much.
I ain't never heard of that either.
Yeah, no.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Is it on Netflix?
Is it?
HBO?
I'm not sure. Might be on HBO.
Yeah. But it might be on. No, it's on Netflix. Definitely on Netflix.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
But she did another documentary about the US prison system as well, which was really good. So, I mean, she can film some good shizzle. So
yeah. So in terms of like morality, social, political state, all of that will be great when she puts it into a geek element, because obviously it has all of that anyway. So
and that's from what I gather, that's what New Gods have as well. It's like
so
political element of good and bad,
good and bad, and she's a geek as well, so she hasn't really got her geek out yet. So this should be good. Well done, Ava. Yeah, go back, my man. Yeah.
Okay, so next thing is Swamp Thing.
Got cancelled.
Yeah. So there's been a couple of things about Swamp Thing.
I want to say this before you go into it.
I could feel it. Go ahead.
A DC guy, yeah. I like DC comics, DC superheroes. But man, your movies and your shows, for the most part, you're just picking everything up, and it's making me, I can't even be bothered to watch Flash and Arrow. I can't be bothered to like even. I've got stacks of. I haven't read Red Hood Outlaw in months. I haven't read Night. Like, it's making me not want to read the comic books. I don't know why it's influencing that side. They're completely different. But I'm just looking at DC like, you are just messing. You are dropping the ball, cuz. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just like reading Marvel comics and I'm watching Marvel shows and I'm playing Spider-Man PS4. Like, yeah, Marvel got it going on right now. Which is funny. Wait, real quick, it's funny because last year I was like, DC, but this year,
I mean, to be honest, to be fair, I must say, you haven't watched Swamp Thing yet, and you haven't watched.
Wait, it's out.
Wow. I mean,
no, I mean, like
it's out. It's out.
It's accessible.
Yes.
No.
No. No, but yes, but no.
What I mean is America? Did America watch it?
Yes, America.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I must say this though, Doom Patrol. I think Doom Patrol is sick. Personally, I think it is. My missus doesn't like it. Comic
Umbrella Academy. Just saying.
I mean, they are totally different. Series, but I mean, with Umbrella Academy and Swamp and Doom Patrol. Those two series, if you could have done, if those were instead X-Men instead of Umbrella, or Doom Patrol and X-Men instead of Doom Patrol, we would be singing praises about that. Because for me anyway, the way that they've done the episode, where you kind of learn through each character history and what they've been through, they kind of take time with the story. And there's so much character development in there. And there's so much other things going on with villains, and you get little stories that you would never think they can actually do on a TV series.
Yeah, it's a coherent story. See that? We like coherent stories. They make sense.
I would implore you to watch Doom Patrol. And
I will. It's on the list.
Yeah, you need to watch it because I think the reason why they've cancelled the shows, I don't think it's got anything to do with it being crap or anything like that.
Well, I know from past experiences that just because a show is good, that doesn't mean that gets to stay either. So I know it's not because it's crap.
Yeah.
Young Justice was great and that got cancelled. Thundercats was fantastic and that got cancelled.
So why did they cancel something?
So apparently there was there was supposed to be. There's a rumor of them doing like a Justice League Dark spin-off as well. After I think it was 2 or 3 seasons of Swamp Thing.
Okay.
If you don't know, Justice League Dark it's an offshoot of the Justice League with different lineup of characters. So you got Swamp Thing, Wonder Woman at the moment, Zatanna, Detective Jim, and Man-Bat. And Constantine.
John Constantine.
Okay. I thought you said Earthworm Jim. I was like, what? Wait. No. Sorry, go ahead.
Not until Marvel buys him or Disney does, whichever one.
Yeah. So they were planning on a spin-off. The first rumor about them cancelling the show was based on someone saying that it had something to do with a grant that they were supposed to have from, I can't remember what state it was, North Carolina. They're supposed to get a grant of like 40 million, but they didn't. They got 12 million, and they couldn't have. Then they had to pay for the whole series, and then that's why it got cut short from 30. But apparently that's all BS.
Yeah.
But even James Wan, who is the producer on Swamp Thing, he tweeted out that he doesn't even know what's going on. So he doesn't know why it was cancelled.
So let me just quickly jump in here. So we here in the little rainy of the UK ain't getting no DC streaming service or Swamp of the Thing because somebody in the USA decided to do a Trump and build some form of imaginary wall on my patients and to be cancelling people. So America can still watch this cancelled program, but we can't even watch the thing. Stupid.
Well, there was I think it was a tweet, or they posted something on the community post, DC Universe. Basically, they said, we appreciate that there are questions as to why, but unfortunately, we are not in a position to answer at this time. So,
the way we all sighed, we were like, oh, really?
I'm just like glad that I didn't watch it yet. You know, I probably wouldn't watch this first episode, to be honest. I can't do it to myself.
Well, to be honest, if that's how you're feeling, you might as well stop watching Young Justice, because there is another rumor going about that AT&T and Warner Media is reevaluating the DC streaming service. So basically, from what they said in their community post and what these rumors about AT&T and Warner, it seems like they may be thinking of doing something like the Disney streaming service, where they put all their movies and products that they own on a full streaming service.
So it's possible. So hang on. Let's just talk in hypothetics. Let's talk facts and then kind of move into hypothetics.
Well, we've got no facts.
No. This is about Young Justice. So the fact was, I watched 2 seasons of this show, and they cancelled it on season 2. A show that was highly awarded. Whoever the owners have trophies and accolades, and not like from their past stuff, but from this show. Yeah, and they cancelled it on a cliffhanger, and there were petitions and fans and fan art and comic books, and people were just like, hey, what's going on with that Young Justice over there? And they're like, well, you know, it's in their hands or whatever. So all of that happened. That's the fact of it. Then the fact of the matter was that DC said we would do a streaming service, but if you want, and we're going to give you Young Justice, but you have to watch Young Justice, you have to support the show, or there'll be no show. And then the hypothetics is that I could end up, I've watched half a season and I'm like, might not even get to finish the other half of the season, which is worse than ending it on a cliffhanger.
Maybe.
You know, I'm done. I'm not giving you people my heart anymore. You give my heart. I give you my heart, and you break it, you shred it. What is this? It's mulch. It's some sort of mulch.
So according to Deadline, there's been a question of how DC Universe fits into their plans.
DC is like the black people of comic books, I'm telling you. We're up there, but not up there enough.
No, it's not the black people, okay?
No.
Marvels are just putting us down.
DC
oppressing
is wimpy.
us.
right now. Yeah, DC is wimpy. It's not doing nothing. No one remembers it. Yeah, okay. This is wimpy right now. Marvel are doing big KFC, McDonald's stuff.
Yeah, because they've got that kind of like, you know, the connotations, man.
It might be good because, okay, so let me just read this little bit. So originally back in April 2017, the DC Universe streaming service launched 10 months ago. During that time, AT&T acquired Time Warner and began to reorganize the company's various divisions. DC Universe is part of Warner Media's lineup of separate multi-streaming based on content, such as, so they've got Boomerang, Crunchyroll, and HBO. So what they may be doing is something, like I said, similar to what Marvel Disney is doing, which kind of would make sense because that's what CBS has done, but they've only got really Star Trek, really, so they're not really going to get far with that. But it does make sense because HBO, as we know, they've got good content. Crunchyroll, as you know, has got all the anime. Is great. Boomerang. And I think what they could do, hopefully, what we would like, being from the UK, is if they do integrate that DC universe into their streaming service and actually make it available to us as well, because we are still waiting for it.
Exactly. And can we stop all of these big companies? Can you stop using the word cancelled? If you're just moving something, just say you're moving it. Yeah, because when you say cancelled to us, we're like, it's never coming back. We're never going to see it again. It's very triggering for us as consumers, okay? When you say cancel, we're postponing to move, yeah? We're moving house. We're relocating. Say relocate.
Relocate.
That works better for us, okay? But, okay.
Yeah. So
just don't get rid of my Crunchyroll, okay? I'm just leave my Crunchyroll alone.
That'd be terrible if they did. It might not be available on PlayStation though.
I don't use Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I don't use it either.
Not for anime. You can get anime anywhere.
Okay, you can get anime anywhere, but I like my Crunchyroll because I like my Crunchyroll. It's good streaming. It's great picture. It's great.
Do you know what else is great?
What's great?
X-Men animated series.
Ooh.
And the fact that
did you say the words might and come and back in the same sentence?
Yes.
Okay, I'm all ears. Me and Chocolate Cat.
So basically, the 90s X-Men, the cast is reuniting at Los Angeles Comic-Con on October. First time they've come together on stage. So you've got Cal Dodd, who plays Wolverine, Lenore Zan, who played the Rogue, George Boozer, Beast, Chris Potter, Gambit, and Chris Britton, who played Mr. Sinister. They'll come together on stage in that Comic-Con. The creative team behind the X-Men said that they are planning to approach Disney with a pitch for an on-screen continuation of the series. So basically they said the one thing we'd like to do more than anything else is continue where we left off. That was Larry Houston. If they can pitch a good pitch to Disney,
I
wonder what they would do. Story-wise, we got Dark Phoenix. We got what else did we get? We got the Days of Future Past.
But where did they leave off?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, where did they leave off? In does anybody remember where we left off?
Charles Xavier got into a fight with was it the Shadow King? All I know is that his mind went shut down, and the only people that could save him was Shi'ar technology. So the Lalandra took him, and Magneto decided to stay with the X-Men until Charles came back.
Okay. So,
I just remember the last scene was all of them standing outside, and
that's them waving goodbye to Charles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it actually didn't X-Men Evolution continue from that.
No, X-Men Evolution only came out because it was kind of like
a filler.
No, it was like it was kind of based off of the X-Men Fox movies at the time.
Oh,
if that makes sense. So like, yeah, so it was a good cartoon, but it was it was kind of taken from the Fox movies, the first, I don't know, 2 X-Men movies.
Right.
Yeah. And then we had Wolverine and the X-Men, which we thought was a continuation of X-Men Evolution, but I think it was just existed.
Okay. Well, if the original crew from X-Men can, like you said, pull off a good pitch and actually start where they finished, and it actually be,
as long as it's not with the animators who did the last bits of the series.
I don't think it would be.
God. No, please, no, please. And it can't be. Okay, look, this is very serious, yeah, because the 90s X-Men was close to just beautifully, wonderfully perfection. Okay, it was wonderful, fantastic. No one was a child unless they were supposed to be a child. Yeah, we had the generals and the lieutenants, and they were adults. As long as everybody's an adult and doesn't turn into like 15, and you know what I mean, just
exactly.
keep it adult and put it somewhere where children are like, oh, this is really good because it teaches us morals and da. But you know, it can still be for us, the children who grew up and still want to be able to fly and shit. So I'm sorry, it's the last time I swear, but like, you know, come on. So
yeah,
I think it'll be fun if they bring it back, but I'm not getting excited for it because they haven't even pitched it yet.
Yeah, so
this is an idea. You don't come and telling the fans before you've told the bloody company.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing though. I think
generate buzz.
There is a buzz for it, and I think a lot of people would want that. A lot of people, especially like adults who take their kids to watch these Marvel movies now. And I'm sure Disney know that their cartoons at the moment isn't up to.
Do you think they know? Do you think they know? Because their cartoons are horrible. Do you think they think, oh, it's cartoons, we don't need to, no one cares about it? Do you think they have that kind of mentality about it?
They have to, because like,
it's so strange. It's like they've got progressively worse since the 90s.
Yeah. But then it's just like they have to look at like their cartoons in compared to Pixar, because Pixar could literally drop a film about a rug. Yeah, that rug's going through strife. Everybody's going to watch that rug. Yeah, you know,
that's actually really true.
We're going to watch Toy Story 4, where Woody is going to the circus and ting. You know what I mean? I'm watching.
Yeah, I don't think
I just want to watch it. I just want to watch Toy Story. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like Pixar doing things in it. So I think Disney are like, we need to kind of bump up, because nothing hits better than Bambi or Snow White or Lion King or whatever. So
for me, I think the main thing is that the story isn't pandering to people. It isn't saying, oh, today we're gonna do this, or it needs to be something like the old animated series was. Like you don't need to tell us crap. You know, we through the story that you're telling, we can get what's going on, and we can tell that.
I would have put it like this: when I was a kid, Rich, probably this, or both of you, this is probably similar, because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know, but I know this is definitely like a black mum thing. I was never spoken to like, like talked down to.
Yeah,
my mum always spoke to me and my brothers, or me and my younger brother, because we were similar age, as if we were her age. So like, if you were being told off, it was even that much scarier.
You were spoken to like you were about to be an adult, because that's what you're growing up to be.
Whenever we were taken around other adults, and they would be like, "Oh, and how, young man," like talk to you as if you're an idiot. I never liked that. I never talked to my son like that, because I was never supposed to. Like, getting to my point, the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, the X-Men, as we're talking about now, they never talked to us as if we were children. They had a story to tell. There were these grown folk, you know, who they had troubles, and they just told it troubles. Serious troubles. There was like racism, going to prison, love loss, people dying, and they just explained. They didn't even explain it. It just happened, and you just had to accept it. That's how
Morph died on the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Dying. Morph, that like as a kid was like,
oh, that was
whoa.
sad.
Do you know what I mean?
This one's for you, more.
And he didn't even die.
Do you know what?
I
never like it.
Bad.
I never like it when I'm about to do something or I'm with a group of people and I'm about to do something and someone says something like, you know, smooth sailing from like any of those kind of phrases. I don't like them.
They're triggering.
I was out with Fee not that long ago. She said something. I was out with Fee not that long ago. She said something like that. I was like, no, don't say that. She's like, why? I was like, we're in an X-Men cartoon.
Yeah. I've got it.
So any of those kind of phrases, I don't like it because Morph said that on episode 1, and he didn't come. He was gone. So yeah.
Oh, but yeah,
so many one-liners, man. So many one-liners.
So we're waiting in bated breath. Yeah. Waiting with bated breath for the X-Men thing. Okay.
I hope if they do it, they animate it the way, like a lot of these cartoons today, and I enjoy them, but like the formula seems to be an Adventure Time, regular show, Gumball, just that kind of cheap art style, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or the one brightly colored that panders to kids.
Knockoff cartoons. That's what you call them. They're called knockoff cartoons.
Don't get me wrong; those ones that I mentioned are pretty good. But it's like, do they all have to be like that? It's like we had Thundercats that came out. And that got cancelled. It was so good, and then they brought it back recently, and again they've gone to that Adventure Time
Gumball
kind of style. Ben 10 did it. Ben 10 when Ben 10 came out. Ben 10 was probably like
watching that actually.
That was probably like the last good kind of story driven cartoon. And when I found out that he had a future and he had 10,000 aliens later on, that was sick. And that Kevin was trapped in the but then it got progressively more kiddie. Do you know what I mean? It's at the point now where, and Teen Titans is a good example. It's a brilliant example if you watch how that was compared to the way it is now. So they pander to kids, and it's like you don't need to do that. And you know what the worst part is that the people that were making the cartoons when we were kids are all old now. We're the adults. We're making these. What are you doing? You're my age. Make the cartoons that we grew up on. It's a box.
Exactly.
I mean,
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so
we'll see.
We'll see. We obviously want it to happen. We do want it to happen. We want some X-Men coming from Disney coming soon.
Yeah.
That's for me anyway. I mean, we'll see. I'm just thinking about Jonathan Hickman's X-Men that's coming out in the comics soon. So that's my X-Men coming up.
Yeah. But there we go. That's it.
Speaking of other things coming up,
crazy.
No. I was about to say that's what she said, but I was like, okay, no. Carry on.
Has anyone been watching the E3 news and seeing some games on there that they're kind of
Fantasy 7 remake? And you know what's also dope? Anyway, go on. Why?
So like you said, Final Fantasy 7 remake and
that was okay.
New Avengers.
What does everyone think of that? Right.
I don't like the characters. I'm gonna be straight up. It looks good. They just don't look good. They look like regular people.
I think the problem is so here's the problem I have with it. It looks like they were trying to make what these companies forget is that these characters have been around for ages, and it looks like they're trying to make it look like the MCU, if that makes sense. And they don't need to do that. And I know they don't need to do that. They could have just someone could draw Captain America like Steve Rogers, without making it look like Chris Evans. If they just drew Steve Rogers, I would know who it is. You know, there's this or Peter Parker. You know when you know Peter Parker when he's been drawn. But
it does look like discount Avengers though.
But discount MCU Avengers. Do you get what I mean? And that's the problem. They tried to make it look like the MCU, but at the same time look different to say, hey, this is a game. When if they made it look like the comics, you know what I mean? Or not even look like the comics, but just draw Iron Man, draw Thor, draw Captain America. Don't think about the MCU. Don't think about those live action actors. Just think about these characters and what they're supposed to. Do you know what I mean?
See that they, you don't feel that they kind of looking like a bit like the. I know there's some rumors about it being connected with Spider-Man, but do you think that's what they were trying to go for as well? Because even Spider-Man, the game, it took me a while.
Connected to that?
Apparently, I don't see how, but well, that's what I'm saying. I don't see how because it's not Sony either.
Yeah, I was gonna
say. Do you not see that they kind of, because even the Peter Parker in that game, I didn't really like the look of it, if you know what I mean.
His face kind of looks a bit.
Yeah,
he's growing on me as I'm playing it, but the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, okay.
What happened here?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it looked like to me as well. So
yeah,
it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel like okay, I think the worst part for me look wise, Thor just looks like Thor. If they were to make him look like Chris Hemsworth, a bit discount Chris Hemsworth, I'm cool with that because he just looks like Thor anyway. Like best casting ever. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But Rockstar, Tony Stark, don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
The first thing I said when I saw the trailer, when I messaged back to the group, I think my brother said it was, I don't like Captain America's costume. And then afterwards I said something negative because I thought the trailer actually looked good. So, not negative, sorry. Afterwards I said something positive because the trailer looked good.
I was about to say, I was like, wow, double negative? Like, damn.
My bad, sorry. After I said something negative about it, I said something positive. But Captain America's costume looks horrible. And even that, it looks like they tried to make it look like the way it
hockey
did.
pants.
Yeah. It's like they tried to make it look like the way it did in the MCU, like in the first Captain America movie. And do you know where it's like it's armored in the movies?
Yeah.
But it's like now you've kind of extended the armor out a bit. And I'm like, you didn't need to do that. Just give him the little the little fish bits, the fish nets. Not fish nets. What's he got? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it looks like fish scales.
Yeah.
Just have him look like that. It doesn't need to be look like that. Anyways,
I just got a picture of him like in fishnets now. So
no, so I got the wrong word. I forgot what that kind of armor is called because I know it's based off of an armor that's kind of like chains.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like
anyway.
Kevlar stuff. Yeah.
But anyway, I think the trailer, besides looks, the way the trailer is pretty good. I think it looks like fun. I'll be playing it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll be playing it.
I love that. You two were like, no, I'll be playing it though.
No, that's the thing though. It does look. The characters look crap, but the game doesn't look too bad.
The game itself doesn't look too bad. Everything that's happening in the game looks good.
Yes.
It's like you've got these badly drawn. It's like when you read. Have you ever read?
Brother Monk 24 thinks the gameplay looks bland.
Who's that?
Really?
Yeah, Brother Monk 24 in the chat.
Okay, what up, B Monk?
He also said Star Wars Fallen Order. I didn't catch that one, man.
I didn't see that
one.
I didn't see that one.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the back and forth. Let's do this. Everybody, say some stuff.
Sorry, go on.
No, stop addressing the people in the comments.
I want to talk to the people.
They can talk to us. You can't respond to them. No, I'm joking. That's the whole point. That's the whole point, everybody. What was I going to say? Just stuff about the game. I'll play it. XYZ.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, what about Final Fantasy?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a must.
I'm playing it. Do you know? Yeah, I'm talking a lot. You guys talk.
No, I'm half watching Fallen Order now.
Man's doing that background. I was gonna say, everybody in the chat, you watch the trailer for Fallen Order. In the chat, what's your top 3 games that are out now that you're playing? And obviously the game that you're most excited for that's coming out, and the same for you two as well, because obviously you two bang games out. So, what's your top 3 games that I've
played recently, shall we say?
Yeah.
God of War, Devil May Cry, and I'm only saying Kingdom Hearts because I haven't played a bunch of other games, so probably those 3. And Kingdom Hearts wasn't even that good. I waited 15 years for that, and I'm just gonna say 2. I'm just gonna say those two games, just those two.
Not Spider-Man.
I haven't finished Spider-Man. I didn't get it when it came out, so I'm only just now playing it. So I can't give it a definitive response until I've completed the current story.
Rich?
To be honest, I haven't really been playing games much. The last game I did play was Spider-Man, and I need to finish the DLCs. But I'd say Spider-Man. The game before that, I played God of War, but I literally played like half an hour of it. So I think I got to the first. Might not even be a boss, but just one giant rock.
You played half an hour of it, and you weren't hooked on it.
No, because I was playing it, and I just recently got Spider-Man, so I was playing Spider-Man.
Okay, I'll let that go.
Yeah,
God of War is the reason I didn't play Spider-Man, to be honest, because I thought I know what Spider-Man game is going to be like. Let me go over here and play God of War.
Spider-Man was the reason why I didn't play God of War, but since then I was playing Metal Gear 5, and Metal Gear 5 was sick. So
nice.
That was a sick disappointment, if that makes sense. No, what I mean is the game was great, but because of what happened with Hideo Kojima and Konami, it wasn't finished. So
yeah.
And what was worse is that there's Antoine, I don't know if you finished it, so spoiler, skip ahead about 2 minutes. So
Antoine, cover your ears,
he's got 2 minutes. I need to say this. There's a bit in the game where you get
Brother
near the
Monk
end.
is a brother.
Yeah.
COD. He's a COD brother. Yes, Brother Monk. I need to add you. Sorry to interrupt you, but I need to add you if you got to play. Actually, I don't need to add you on PlayStation because I think this one we can do multiplayer on different formats. So COD was the game that I used to play countless. I've spent so many hours on that game. But sorry, Brother Monk said his 3 games were COD, Modern Warfare, for nostalgia purpose, SW, Battlefront 2, and Spider-Man PS4.
Nice.
Shawnee B, Fallen Order. I really didn't look at all that. Final Fantasy 7 and Cyberpunk on the other hand.
Cyberpunk looks dope.
With Keanu Reeves.
With John Wick.
I don't know, man.
Neo himself. Point Break.
The gameplay didn't look
Point Break. With the gun. I love that bit. It's my favorite freaking bit. Oh my god. Sorry, we're getting tangent. Kieran, you were saying something about the thing about the game and your cousin.
My cousin.
About 2 minutes.
Actually, it's probably been 2 minutes now. So there's a point in Metal Gear Solid 5 where it's like done enough, and then you've got Liquid. You've got Little Liquid Snake, and then there's a trailer of what was supposed to happen in the rest of the game, where he actually Liquid steals Metal Gear, and that looked dope. But we never get to play that bit.
I think I stopped for some reason. I think I stopped when you got the base and you had to build your base and do all of that shizzle. I don't know if I got that far in that.
Well,
man.
I didn't play a lot of it.
You can find... Oh, no, Back to the Future is BS, isn't it? Find Tony Stark and skip ahead 2 minutes. 4 minutes.
No, it's fine, man. Final Fantasy. Wicked.
Final Fantasy.
What I'm waiting for.
I've been waiting for that. Oh, this was something I wanted to say in our Dreamers group, but I didn't get to say. I loved Cloud's voice acting in this.
Yeah, it does sound good.
If you see him in like Advent Children or Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, he's always so dry and bland. You can tell. He's just where if you played Final Fantasy 7 the original, he wasn't like that. He was like he made jokes all the time. They would always clown him.
And he sounds good in this one. He sounds like
he sounds lighthearted a bit. Like there was a bit where the boss fight with him and Barrett going against Scorpion. The Scorpion mech. It's not a mech, it's a robot. Sorry. Barrett said something, and then Cloud had like this witty retort, and I was like, "That's the Cloud I know." So like he was cold. He was like, "Oh, I don't care about the planet. I just want my money." He was that guy. And he had his brooding moments in the game, but he wasn't brooding all the time. He was quite lighthearted at points. And when I saw him in Advent Children, I love Advent Children, by the way, but in that, it made sense for him to be a bit upset and down because he felt like he let Aerith and Zack down and whatever. And
about the children, isn't it?
Yeah, and he felt like he was no good for people. And then when you see him in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 again, he's just gloomy all the time. So I'm happy to see him in this. He looks dope.
Okay. Shorty B says Cloud Banter DLC confirmed.
Yeah.
Speaking of DLCs,
yes.
Delicious. No, that doesn't.
You can pre-order Final Fantasy at the moment. You've got the standard edition, which is $59.99. You've got a deluxe edition, which is $79.99. That comes with the base game and any pre-order bonuses, an art book, a mini soundtrack, a still book, a Cactar Summon Materia DLC, and a Carbuncle Summon Materia DLC as well.
See, ladies, let me just say something to you, yeah?
Ladies.
This is what... Wait, ladies, this is why you need to get yourself a geek man, because you see how much money they're going to be spending on all of this. They can never tell you about what shoes you need to be buying, yeah? About what nails you need to be getting, what corset you need to be buying, what hair you need to be stitching, yeah? Because if man's going to pay $59.99 for a base coat of a little shield and a ting here, he can't tell you nothing. Get yourself
you don't get nothing for that standard edition. But
right.
Get yourself a geek man. He will appreciate you. Okay, he will.
First don't know what to say to that. Let it ride, I guess. Let it ride.
Facts. Right, there we go. Just letting you know. Go ahead. Sorry. Let's go.
First class edition comes with everything in the deluxe edition, but you also get a Play Arts Kai, Cloud Strife, and Hardy Bite. Hardy Down.
What? Hardy Daytona. The Hardy Daytona. How much is that one?
See?
No, but it comes with a figure each.
Yeah. I know. I'm not upset about it. Go for it, babe. How much is that,
babe? $259.
Oh,
right. See? You see them shoes that I wanted last week? Can't say nothing to me.
No, but you know why that's fair. So, okay, let me see if I can break this down. You're paying for the game. You're paying for the game. Then you're paying
for people that don't know.
Then you're paying for a figure with a huge accessory as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's going to be expensive.
£180.
Yeah, see?
There we go.
It's affordable. It's like it's reasonable. You know?
There we go.
Yeah.
It's an
What was I going to say?
You get a bike as well. The Cloud figure on its own is $179.99.
There we go.
So really and truly,
he's gone. He's gone to get his credit card. Look at him. He's like swipe. Look at Where are you at? Where are you? You back?
I'm back. I just want you lot to know, like, I'm not all about the Marvel Legends. Like, I'm about my figures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Cloud having children with the Buster Sword.
There you go.
That is a dope. I love this figure. He needs a little bit.
There you go.
He's dusting. And then, you can't have Cloud without having the one and only Sephiroth. Look at that sword. Look at that. These are Play Arts, by the way.
When I have children, they're gonna have the most fucked up names from like games and like they're not having normal names. Okay?
Oh, could you imagine the register? Michael here, Aisha here, Sephiroth. Oh, is Ruff not in again?
This Ruff.
Yo, I saw Ruff and Aerith behind they were snitching.
That's literally how children talk as well. Don't get it twisted. Anyway, we're going off on the tangent. What is next?
Okay, wait, I just want to say real quick, one last thing that I liked, because when I got a little bit older and I played Final Fantasy again and you understand it more, you know the Buster Sword, the original Buster Sword design has the two holes. And me and my younger brother, we realized, wait a minute, is that where the materia goes? Because they say in the game the weapons have materia slots. And we thought that the two holes were the materia slots in the sword. And in the trailer in the game, you could see a bit of green material, which is magic material. That made me happy. I was like, confirmed.
You can see it in the original game as well. I'm sure you saw it in that.
You can't. No, because those pixelated graphics, you can see the sword.
Well, I knew that there was two holes in there.
Yeah, I know. We all knew. No, you can see the two holes. We could always see the two holes, but you couldn't see material in them. You just make the assumption.
Okay.
And the cutscenes, I don't know what image you have of those cutscenes in your head, bro, but
I just remember them for some reason. So
GEEK projection. Yeah. There we go. Yes, go on.
It's all about that Final Fantasy. Next on the list, so Final Fantasy should be out on March the 3rd, 2020, and the new Avengers game is out on May 15th, 2020.
Do we know when the Star Wars and Cyberpunk is out? People in the chat, help us out. When are they out? When are they out?
I'm trying to retire from gaming, and gaming is just not letting me retire, man.
No, not when you got Final Fantasy coming.
The Final Fantasy 7 remake.
It has you.
I am a gamer. Yeah. This is who I am.
Yeah.
This is the season of mythology right now.
Comic news. Wally West. Do you want to tell us about Wally West, Karen?
So it has been. I can't tell you properly because I forgot names of people who are doing things. But it turns out that
Kitty! Hi, Kitty!
You're distracting me, Sakura. Oh, here we go. So I need to give a shout out to, because I'm just reading his stuff. Legacy of DC is an Instagram channel that's quite credible, and he does a lot of the Flash, or she, I don't know. There's a lot of the Flash stuff. Anyway, it says that Wally West is going to be getting his own solo series soon. And it's apparently him dealing with, spoilers for Heroes in Crisis, dealing with being a...
Oh, what? Would you want to
I didn't want to spoil it. There's only like a couple issues left. Just wait for people to read it. But it's basically dealing with his tragic time that he's had in Heroes of Crisis. And it's going to be kind of like an adventure around the cosmos, which sounds dope. Like running the cosmos. Like he's like
the cosmos
Silver Surfer level now. Like he's that kind of Flash. And it's going to be a solo series. We don't know if it's going to be a mini series or an ongoing, but attached to it, which I thought was cool. So it's going to be written by Scott Lobdell. Can't go wrong there.
No.
Brett Booth has done some art style, and that's all I know. Wally West is back. That's all I care about.
Apparently, it will be debuting in September the 18th.
Yeah, September 18th. Yes. Which I better go pre-order that now. Do we know what it's called?
Yes, you better.
Flash Forward.
Is it called Flash Forward?
Flash Forward.
All right, I'm gonna go pre-order that as we speak.
Name.
Right there.
Good. There we go. Sorted.
Cool.
What is next?
The next one, we've got a new comic called The Web of Black Widow. So this one is a new comic with the writer Jody Hoser and artist Stephen Mooney.
Hoser.
This one again should be
Canadian.
In the Marvel announcement, it says a great introduction to new readers and a thrilling confirmation to fans in the know why Black Widow is one of Earth's mightiest heroes. The new series finds a mysterious figure exploiting the hero's past, and in response, the Widow may have to go off the grid. Who can she trust in the web of deceit? And more importantly, can her friends trust her? This one, as we know, there is going to be a Black Widow coming out, and apparently it could be about her past as well. So this might be a bit of a prequel sequel kind of thing.
Yeah. Can I just say as well, in accordance with, I'm going to do the Attack on Titan one, like in accordance to Black Widow. Yeah, I get it. If you haven't seen the film Endgame, cool, Tony Stark dies. But can we just give some homage? Yeah, can we just give some homage to Black Widow? Because I feel like she's kind of just glazed over. Everybody's like, Tony.
I thought that was actually BS, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just like, can you give the woman a bigger figurine? Can I see her in like a little statue? Can you do more? You know what I mean? Like, great, she's getting a film. She should have had a film ages ago. Great, she's getting a comic. That should have been done ages ago. You know what I mean? Like, but
she's got a few comics.
You know what I mean? But, okay, cool, we're getting some major ones. But, we're excited about this prequel, sequel whatever it is. You know what I mean? Lineage, time, space continuum, universe thing. Great. You know what I mean? So,
to be fair, she did have there was a recent comic of hers actually, which I started to read. I haven't finished it, and I think it's actually still going on, or it might have just finished last month.
Okay.
But, it was pretty good. She goes to what's that city called? Manipur. Madripoor, yeah. And she's on a mission over there because she's actually supposed to be dead in the comics as well. But she comes back somehow, which was actually very interesting, to be fair, as well.
Okay.
That one was that Black Widow and Winter Soldier, I think. But yeah, she's had a comic for a good 2 years now, maybe a year and a half, which was really good. So definitely pick that up.
Yeah, source all approved. There we go. Okay. Well, we look forward to you, Black Widow. We miss you.
Yeah, and that might go on my pull list for September if I got time.
You know, I look forward to in the MCU their first real resurrection, their first comic book nonsense resurrection.
Yeah.
Like, weren't you dead?
Done properly.
Weren't you dead? Yeah, but this happened, so now I'm back. What up, y'all? And then they're just there. They just accept it.
Huh? It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Yeah, it does. But it's like the moviegoer, they don't know this. You know what I mean? We read the comics and we know this. This is like, and we don't even have a response to it anymore. It's like, because comic books. Do you know what I mean? That's comics. That's it. Yeah. But they don't know that yet.
Superhero.
So I just want to know see the reactions of when this happens. You know, for the first time.
Yeah.
And then someday people are going to be like, because movies.
Yeah. Speaking of new comics, there's another one called Strikeforce. And this one is an ongoing title from writer Tina Howard and artist German Perelta. The team is billed as a team that will do things others won't, and consists of Damian Hellstrom, Monica Rambeau, Blade, Angela, Winter Soldier, Wiccan, and a new member, Spider-Woman. So this one's a bit of a weird team up, to be fair. But it's going to be apparently it's going to be a monsterific bloodbath.
Okay, we like that. We do like that.
Yeah. I'd like to see Monica Rambeau again. Yeah, we'll see how that team pans out, to be fair.
Who's Angelica?
Angela. So Angela is actually Thor's sister.
Oh my god! All right.
She was started. Trying to remember what comic it was. She was a property of a different publisher, and then that guy, the creator, brought her to Marvel, and I think Marvel brought him or something like that. Brought her, sorry. So now she's part of the Marvel universe.
It's like being drafted. Like, oh my god, just that's cool. That's cool.
I'd like to point out that not only today, usually we butcher names, which is great, but today, which I think is hilarious, in this day and age, in fact, you're butchering genders.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said, "Oh, she," I meant him. No, earlier on you were like, "Phantasm was he."
Oh yeah.
just now you were like, Angela. Wait, yeah, you're just butchering women's genders today.
Anyway.
Look, it wouldn't be a good show if you didn't butcher at least one or two names. Yeah,
exactly.
If it doesn't butcher, I get worried.
She, Angela, right? She was created by Neil Gaiman and Todd McFarlane. So she actually appeared in Spawn, issue 9.
Spawn.
But yeah, she was a subject of a legal battle between McFarlane and Gaiman over the rights of the character. Gaiman won. He later sold the rights to the character to Marvel, and she was integrated into the Marvel Universe 2013 story Age of Ultron. and her character was expanded upon in 2014 storyline Original Sin. She is actually currently in the comic Guardians of as Guardians of the Galaxy, which has been pretty good at the moment. So yeah, she is a badass.
Sweet.
Thank you.
We will keep
Brother
posted.
He actually mentioned that
Brother
she
Monk.
came in 2013 with Brian Michael Bendis run. Cool. So that's it for the comic news. Last but not least, we've got the comic pull list. So this is a list of 5 comics we recommend to you guys for this week. This week being Wednesday. So, Karen, do you want to read this one? This is your number 1 for this week.
Yes, I'm just currently getting there to read it. For you lovely people, how is everyone doing out there? I'm doing this. I'm gonna read it now. I'm gonna read it, and you're gonna love it. And what's happening here?
I'll give you.
I'm gonna read it. And you're gonna love it.
Batman Who Laughs.
He wants to do the voice. Remember, this is his thing to do the voice. Do you want me to go first?
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Had to hear the whole time. So. What?
The anticipation is killing me.
True happiness begins in the heart. Our memories and emotions can play tricks on us, though. You know what? It's Batman Who Laughs, issue 6 of 6, and I haven't been reading it because for some reason it's either not showed up in the post or I forgot to buy it or something. It's been dope from what I have read. No, I'm doing this. I'm committing.
You commit. Come on.
Committing. Sideways. No?
Sideways. Okay. Let's do this.
No? All right. Our memories and emotions can play tricks on us, though, and divert one's realities into something completely different. The Batman Who Laughs based his entire worldview on this very concept. And it's in this moment that he must finally confront the one man who stands in his way, the one man who could complete or hold his plan, the last Bruce Wayne. It is here on the home turf of Wayne Manor that Bruce relives the happiest moment of his life, the moment he became the Batman Who Laughs. Will Batman be able to outthink the dark multiverse version of himself and stop his most sinister end?
That was the best part.
or the excuse me, where was I? Or the original Dark Knight succumb fully and let go of his morality. While good almost always wins, this issue is the start of something more. Setting up a larger plan based on the ultimate betrayal of affection, loyalty, and true happiness. This is not the end. It's only the beginning. Batman Who Laughs. 6.
Well done. Well done. See,
took me a while.
This is for you guys. Especially you in the chats. That was for you. Ambiance.
I was too tired for that.
That was hilarious. That was worth the wait. Sorry, not gonna lie.
All good.
Okay. So second one on the list.
Mine's not gonna be as flamboyant as that. I think that was way too. That's enough flamboyance for you lot. Okay, there we go. All right.
You got some roses from Brother Monk thrown on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Got some what? Oh, thank you.
Beautifully done.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's all for you guys, man. It's all for you guys.
Okay. Mine is called Trustful. We've got issue 1, cover A, Visions by Christopher Shell Bala and Chris Visions and publisher Aftershock Comics. So this is from Aftershock Comics. I haven't really read anything from Aftershock Comics, but this sounded good because I like to find weird stuff on the pull list. Okay. Ash Parsons was raised to believe she's special. As someone with a quirk of genetics that lets her teleport things, she's the golden goose of her family. Her family is the foundation of a struggling criminal outfit. Yeah. trying to get ahead in the world, and Ash is able to pop out of fleets of cars, entire bank vaults, but while she can teleport valuables and her accomplices, she can't teleport herself, making every job a trust fall with her family. That they catch her and escort her to safety. It's a perfect setup, but as things begin to change and the Parsons move up in the world, Ash will find herself pushing back against the golden cage with deadly results. Dun dun dun! Trustful, issue 1, Visions. Yeah.
Nice.
Aftershock Comics. I thought it sounded kind of
good. It sounds interesting. That's a new kind of concept as well. You can teleport everybody. Except for yourself.
Except for yourself. You can teleport things, people, but you can't teleport yourself. That's actually quite a nice little ingenious way to do that. So. Yeah. Interesting.
Next one is Event Leviathan, issue 1. This one's by Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Melieve. So the groundbreaking and always inventive team of writer Brian Michael Bendis and artist Alex Mavey, who did Jinx World, Scarlet, Marvel's Daredevil, reunite on a mystery thriller that stretches across the DC universe and touches every character from Batman to Superman to the Question to Talia al Ghul. With startling ease, a newly dangerous and aggressive Leviathan wipes out all its competition and now turns its sights to molding the world into its vision of order. Can the new threat's growth be stopped? And who's guiding its new agent of chaos? So if you don't know,
gotta stay clean up in here in the sauce wall. It's only the leg. They haven't done the cock up thing yet, where it's in the middle. It's fine, don't worry.
I'm hoping she doesn't expose herself today.
And you don't want her exposing herself.
No. So
I was going to make a really bad joke. Sorry, go
ahead. With Brian Michael Bendis and Superman, actually, there's been a new organization that's been getting rid of the old school organizations like Amanda Waller's. What are they called again?
Task Force X.
Task Force X and other secret agencies. So this is a new secret new secret organization that's pretty much taken over the world and doing some deep shizzle. It has been a good read on Superman. So Event Leviathan, issue 1 of 6.
Very good.
Next one is Prodigy, issue 6 of 6, the last issue from Mark Millar and Raphael Albuquerque. The miniseries finale. Edison has cracked the code, and the threat the world faces is worse than he ever could have imagined. The forces of evil are uniting, rising up to destroy Earth and slaughter mankind. How can Edison protect the human race from total destruction? I am on issue 3, I think, of this. So I've got quite a few to catch up. But it has been good.
How's it been? Good, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it has been good. But yeah, I just need to catch up with a lot of reading.
Yeah, with way too much reading. I still haven't got through the comics that I bought from Comic-Con. I'm just like, huh?
Yeah, I think that's bad. I can't even read. I just tell the stories by the pictures.
Yeah. Just flicking through
the pages. Last one on the list is a must-read. Silver Surfer Black, issue 105. This one's by our favorite Donny Cates and Trad Moore.
She's silver surfing around without his board.
Nice. Spanning out of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, almost the entire galaxy's defenders have been blown through a black hole, including the Silver Surfer. But the story doesn't end there. In order to fight back the Oblivion, Surfer will have to fight to save his own soul and not lose himself into the void. Following the Sentinel of the Spaceways on a journey that will change him forever. From superstars Donny Cates, who did Venom in Guardians of the Galaxy, and Trad Moore, who did all new Ghost Rider and Venom. For me, and I think for Karen as well, I must say, speaking for you, Donny Cates has been pretty good for the last 6 months.
Yeah, he's pretty dope.
His Venom run has been sick. His Guardians of the Galaxy run has been sick. And you were saying that his all new Ghost Rider and Thanos was pretty
it was
well.
that was Donny Cates is doing his fizzang.
Nice.
He's been consistently good for a while now, actually. I mean, not to say he's ever been bad, but you know, from what I've read,
touch wood.
Donny Cates is one of the ones that one of the writers you should be. Do you know what? There was like few writers back in the day when I used to read comic books. I remember I'd go into the comic book shop and people would talk about writers. And like I didn't know that stuff. I was like, I don't know any writers. So then, but as I got older, of my generation, Donny Cates was one of the ones that started sticking out. Modern day writers, that is. Obviously, I know about all the old school heads, but he was one of the ones, and him and Ed Brubaker and just because those kind of writers, they were the ones that started sticking out. So Donny Cates, man, he does his thing.
Nice, that's good. Have you got anything else?
No, that's it for today.
Oh, can I just interject with one little thing? I just want to let everybody know. If you watched Love, Sex and Robots on Netflix, the anthology series, just know the anthology series season 2 is coming back.
Nice.
It was so good. They made another one. Well, so that was way too much excitement, but I'm just letting you know. Make sure you get onto Netflix and watch it when it comes out. Okay, we'll be reviewing it because we review all the good stuff here.
Except I don't remember us reviewing it last time, but apparently
we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Or maybe I hadn't watched it yet. Or maybe I wasn't on the show.
I hadn't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
I haven't watched it yet. No, I need to watch it.
Man, you need like just 1 hour. 1 hour. Because you got
is it only an hour?
No, because what it is like there's different
short
episodes,
stories,
but they're like 6 to 11 minutes.
Yeah,
I think there's like a couple, maybe more than 1 hour, because I think a couple episodes are 20 minutes, but the majority of them are like 6 to 11 minutes. You can get through that.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Real easy.
I'll get on that.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. The one with the girl who fights. I'm not gonna tell you how she fights, but she fights. And she's dope.
That was banging. That was banging. Okay, when you're having dinner right now, just put it on and just watch it.
Have a conversation while it's on. Just watch it.
Yeah. Thank
you.
Yeah,
that's it for the Source Wall. Thanks for joining myself, Nostal, Red Hood, and the lovely, gorgeous Phantom Specialist. We are the Source Wall. We are here around 7:30ish every Wednesday. Well, we try to be.
We try to be, yeah.
Try to be. If you didn't catch us live today, you can always catch us on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and every other. And what? every other podcast
outlet. Yes.
Don't forget to do the liking, the sharing, the commenting, the subscribing. Buy our merch because we got some dope ass shizzle.
And you get 20% off when you put in the code the 20.
It's the Source 20.
The Source 20. I need to change that on Insta. The Source 20.
Yes.
The Source 20.
And don't forget to bring a sandwich.
Yes.
There we go. Check us out on it's on Teespring. So just type in Teespring, the Source Wall, and you shall find us on there.
Yes,
sir.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. We loved having you. Man like Sean and Keith and Robert and Bran and man, I'm gonna call you Bran now because I feel like you're just the man just in the chair making all the moves. Bran, man, that's what I'm gonna call you.
Brother Monk, thank you for joining us today as well.
Yes.
Hopefully see you again soon. And yes, we need to get the when Call of Duty comes out, we need to get some throwdowns going on.
Yes, I want to see some twitching between you two. There we go.
Yes. Shawnee B joined us as well. Josh was with us as well.
Josh!
And And thanks for Blurs or Us as well. If you guys are into your movies as well and geek stuff like we are, then definitely hook up with Blurs or Us. They do some dope shizzle. But catch us again next week, 7:30ish, live on YouTube.
Yay! Thank you.
Love and peace.